Good morning, everyone. We'll enjoy the dry weather today because tomorrow is going to be a very different story. But before we get to that, let's start with today. And we're just going to have partly to mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures are going to be ranging from the mid 30s for highs to the low 40s. I think most of us are going to wind up in the upper 30s. That's going to be most common. So with high temperatures averaging the upper 30s in southern Wisconsin, that's just a touch above normal for this time of year. We typically average mid 30s, so everybody just a little bit warmer than normal, but very reasonable for this time of year. One thing that's going to help us out today, there is not going to be much wind, no more than 10 miles per hour, so no wind chill factor to worry about. Even the evening hours still looking good. Look, this is 8 o'clock and we are still completely dry across the area. Now, temperature's starting to come down, but still not seeing any rain, still not seeing any snow. I don't think that's going to start to push in until about midnight tonight. But once it starts, it's going to last for quite a while. So here we go. In the western part of the area, the activity is starting to push in around midnight. Now we're going to skip a bunch of time because we really don't care what's going on during the overnight hours. And most of us are going to be inside, asleep, but we definitely have to talk about the morning commute tomorrow because it is going to be completely different than what we are seeing this morning. Look at all of the rain and snow coming down. Now, I do think it's mostly going to be snow, but I do need to highlight, particularly in the eastern part of the area, that's where I think the best chance is for it to be rain instead of snow. Also, some indications that as our temperatures already start to rise some warmer air sneaking in, the southwestern part of the area may start as snow during the overnight hours, but already around 7 a.m. tomorrow morning be transitioning into rain or rain-snow mix. But I think for most of us, what we're looking at for the early morning hours tomorrow is snow coming down. And notice in those darker shades of blue, not just light snow, but some pockets of heavier snow as well. So it certainly looks like, even with temperatures above freezing in a lot of locations, as you can see here, there's going to be quite a bit of snow coming down, lowering visibilities. The big takeaway is across southern Wisconsin, even if you're doing just a rain-snow mix, tomorrow morning, definitely a good morning to give yourself extra time to get to work or school. So how long are we going to be dealing with this? Well, just solid rain, snow mix all through the morning hours. Here we are at 10 a.m., very little change. What about as we get into the afternoon? Well, finally, this is 1 o'clock. Starting to see some improvement in the northwestern part of the area around across things backing off there. But for most of us, still in the thick of it. And notice how in the most southern part of the area is still kind of dealing with a situation where it's rain and then snow and both at the same time. Or farther north, it's likely just to be staying snow. But particularly in the southern eastern part of the area, there definitely will be rain mixing in as well. So how about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, as we're trying to get home from work and get the weekend started? Well, notice that now in the central part of the area, seeing some improvement, but still quite a bit in the eastern part of the area, still dealing with that rain-snow mix. Honestly, it doesn't look like we're going to get all the activity out of here until probably around 9, 10 o'clock in the evening. It'll end first in the central part of the area, and then finally in the eastern part of the area, it'll come in probably about 9, 10 o'clock Friday evening. Also, I'm stopping it here at 4 o'clock Friday afternoon because these are probably our high temperatures for tomorrow. Notice not a huge change from today. We're probably going to see temperatures most places, though, a little bit cooler, with a lot of us mid to upper 30s, but notice some low 30s showing up in the northwestern part of the area. Even though temperatures aren't going to be very different tomorrow than today, it's going to feel colder though because there's going to be more wind around. Tomorrow is looking like a breezy day with gusts 20 to 25 miles per hour. All right, so now the all-important question, how much snow? And it depends on, well, how much of that rain-snow mix you're going to see. So where the rain is mixed in, that's definitely going to cut in on the snow totals. And where it's going to be mostly snow with very little rain, if any rain at all, the snow totals are going to be higher. So in general, as you look at this map, in the western part of the area, what we're looking at is snow totals that'll probably be pretty common, around 3-4 inches. I think that's going to be pretty common in the western half of the area. And then there's going to be this transition to this zone where snow totals are going to be more around 2 to 3 inches for places like Lake Geneva, Madison, Portage, Beaver Dam, kind of getting away from that 3 to 4 inch zone. But then when you get to the most eastern part of the area, notice how totals are probably going to be more in that 1 to 2 inch range because that's where there's going to be more rain mixing in than snow. So that's really going to cut down on the snow total. So in general, more snow to the west, less to the east, but yeah, everybody's going to be getting in on the snow.